Because what Lion doesn't have in laning strength, PA more than makes up for it. Let's see if there is a hero that could punish this. I feel like if they want to go for something like the Dazzle that we saw earlier from Pure, just a complete lane dominator, I wouldn't mind it at all, because I feel like they have the scaling secured. So if they make sure that PA doesn't have a game...
Dawnbreaker went through all the draft. Wait, what?
Okay.
So is this IO core or is it a Doom? Okay, so it's an FBZ Doom, and they're gonna pick an IO. So yamich actually on the Warlock 4, giving some sustain here for this Doom. What's your opinion on that? Because sure, Warlock probably benefits from items, but it kind of strikes me as I guess Fatal Bond Scorch Earth could be very, very strong when you're level 3.
Yeah, I see a PA plus Lion really struggle against Warlock Doom. Like, especially early in the game when the cooldown on the Phantom Strike is still quite long and a hero like Lion isn't gonna have boots. Upheaval is actually a spell, as opposed to just a detriment because you didn't skill stats.
Overall, though, do you have any preferences here with the draft? Do you think Team Secret, they definitely are enabling this Crystallis Sven later on with not only some slows from the Upheaval, but also Puppey on that IO? Do you prefer their draft, or is TSM like also able to take this to the late game?
I was gonna tell you what my preference was, but I think it's gonna remain a secret.
Ha ha ha. All right, I didn't expect the glasses. Okay, you came prepared. I don't really have anything else to really surprise the viewers here. So congrats. I love your commitment, your dedication. It's been a long day for us, and you're still getting some tricks out of your hat. Nicely done there. And we should be getting into the game fairly soon, guys. Let's see. You are going with Secret. This is a BO1. I'm not entirely sure how many tiebreakers were played, though. So, okay, so EG D20 Secret. If Secret loses, so I'm assuming we only need TSM to play EG to see who's gonna take that one. If for some reason Secret wins, then this could be an ongoing thing. Wait, that result is not from the... That 2-0 is actually from the normal match, right? It's not from the tiebreakers. I wanted to assess if... All right, so yeah, the results will be eventually shown here. But Secret, with 71% of the voting results, do you... I mean, you definitely agree, but I think this game is pretty close. TSM had some ups and downs this year, but they are looking quite good here in this tournament, and I do like their draft. I think PA, especially against IO Warlock, those are two supports with no stuns. Timado can feed off of those supports if he gets a good game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just had to say Secret because of the bit, but honestly, I like TSM's draft a lot too. Like, we spoke about...
Come on, dude, just commit to it, all right?
Don't start Secret this bullshit. Win.
You either go all in with the glasses or, like, come on.
I mean, there is no doubt Secret is gonna win, but TSM does have a pretty decent draft. Like, we spoke earlier about PA struggling because everyone in the enemy team was so tanky. That is definitely not the case here.
Yeah, well, Puppey actually gonna be playing with the Sven in the bottom side, and we will see. All right, looks like Gaben agrees with you. 5% extra win rate here right from the get-go. This Pangolier versus Storm matchup, how Storm favored would you say it is? Is it like a 60-40 or probably a bit more for the Storm?
I think it's like 65-35. Not only does Storm win, he's also a hero that is very reliant on winning his lane. So it's like a double bonus. Even though, once again, Pungo is gonna do fine. Just the fact that Storm has a matchup that he knows he's gonna win is a pretty big deal.
Some action here for the camp block. Whitemon will lose his ward. Actually drops another one. And at least the camp did get blocked for TSM. A lot of emphasis here preventing FBZ from getting any creeps.
So yeah, Sumail having a wonderful start in this mid lane. No surprises there. I feel like the most interesting lane is gonna be the top lane though. It's a matchup we don't see too often. A Lion PA against a Doom plus Warlock.
Yeah, this looks like a pub lane, you know? You open any Ancient 2 game, and you're probably gonna find this matchup there. It's definitely not the most common picks, at least from the meta right now. But maybe we are evolving, and we're getting away. Dawnbreaker got ignored the entire draft. I wonder, you know, what makes the hero so contested sometimes and then totally ignored.
Good amount of damage coming out onto both yamich and Whitemon. I wonder what yamich is gonna skill. He's definitely gonna put a few more points into the fatal bonds, but does end up just getting the shadow word for the sustain. It's really efficient, but part of me would have liked to see the upheaval.
Yeah, that like there's 2 stuns on the Lion, so maybe that's what he's scared of. But if you get a good tree line, if you can actually cast it from fog, sometimes it's really hard for the Lion to walk into it. Like you take so much damage and slow until you get vision. Bottom side, Sven actually struggling quite a bit. People forget, maybe because Brewmaster doesn't really go through a lot of drafts, but this hero is so obnoxiously oppressive in the lane now. The crit chance with the fire stance, it feels like this hero pretty much crits with every hit.
Yeah, I've long hated Brew, so I was so happy to never see him, and now he's back and he's stronger than ever.
Yeah,
and I'm suffering.
You don't really play that hero? You refuse?
I refuse. Okay. I have like 2 games on him, and usually I love microing and I play offlane, but I feel like I would lose part of myself if I were to play Brew.
Nah, it's okay. I get it. Sometimes we have to stay true to ourselves. Secret though, they're not really... they don't want to be losing here to Kasane, which is having a really good start. 17-3 with only 12 CS. Like, would you consider the Iosven lane weak? Like, what's up with this lane? Because sure, you get some extra mana region, but Sven, they nerf a lot of the stun. It's not like the stun is that much damage anyways. Is it like a mediocre lane that you're okay to have just because you're going to enable Sven later, or is this lane supposed to be strong?
I think it just has a bit of a slow start. It needs a while to get going. Sumail?
Very close, does have
really
that,
close. There is a swashbuckle, Bryle! Oh! He's not gonna get it. Sumail takes it. He was like 0.2 seconds away from dying himself. But that's why he's the king.
Yep, for sure. He actually gets that kill. Well, that matchup advantage gets abused perfectly by the king, and he's now level 5. Bryle didn't really stand up to Sumail there. Ooh, this is big, right? I think now you can die a Spangolier in lane before level 6. There's definitely a chance for another kill once Sumail gets 6 and some extra resources.
In this top lane, the PA is doing surprisingly well. I keep saying surprisingly when PA does well in lane, but I guess I still need some more time adapting to the fact that this hero is actually decent now.
Yeah, it definitely looks pretty strong. Is he going for the corrosion build? I think pretty much every PA I've seen goes for the corrosion build. They don't really try to greed the battlefield anymore. It's really all about fighting early, as Crystallis will be boinked by Kasane, but that region from Puppey will keep Crystallis alive. He is in the bottom of the barrel, but you know, while PA has a lot of CS, she's actually behind Crystallis, both of them looking pretty bad right now.
Yeah, I guess she did have to buy a lot of regen.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we need to buy more regen as the Blink Strike is used to disengage towards the golems, but that Shadow Ward, oh, look at the Fatal Bonds. Yeah, they nerfed that spell.
So stupid.
They nerfed that spell for sure.
One more tick.
Oh, he died to the neutral.
Deny.
Okay. Do you even prefer dying to the neutral there? Because sure, you don't give money away, but now he's going to lose all of those creeps behind under his tower. Oh, look at Whitemon just trying to save the creeps for his carry. What a bro.
That's a good move. He has 10 sticks, he has a Lotus, he has a Fairy Fire. He is absolutely fine. If he
Yeah, he
jukes
can
for
TP.
45 seconds, he's gonna get rewarded with a Wisdom Rune as well. I wanna follow this Lion. Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
he's not going too far. Very nice TP here from Sumail. Has a rune. Oh, the deny. That was close. 2 neutral creeps deny in a row would be insane. But TSM, they don't get it. And nice rotation there from the Storm. And this also means that it's kind of scary for Timado to stay here. Sumail with that Arcane rune is very scary.
Yeah, and he just TP'd back to lane.
He's dead. Okay, 1 TP from the Lion. I don't think Whitemon is going to be here in time. He gets a good stun, but healing spree and another one. That Arcane rune does so much for FBZ running for it. Whitemon, we were talking about the top lane doing well, but quickly it just backfires completely.
Yeah, so normally it's the Pangolier that starts ganking when he has 6, and Storm plays a bit more slow-paced, but not Sumail. Already getting 4 kills at 7 minutes. He has a 100% kill participation.
Yeah, that is true. Really, really looking impressive, that Storm. Not a lot of... I guess the only real counter they have is the Lion. So Whitemon, right now he's in the bottom of the network here. We'll need some items, some experience to really be able to threaten the King. As we do see FBZ. He was going through the Twin Gates. Didn't really find anything, so he comes back to his lane. I guess Bryle now, he is level 7. Can they actually rotate 20 lanes? Which one is the most possible kill for TSM?
I think top should be relatively easy to kill. Especially the Warlock is easy pickings, and Doom really isn't that tanky at this stage. Because you have the Blightstone / Orb of Corrosion on the PA, and he just has a Bracer. I feel like he should be an easy kill building towards the Midas.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about PAs not really greeting Battlefield, but after those deaths, Timado, he's not completing the Corrosion, he's not finishing Treads, he is gonna go straight up Battlefield, which I guess is the right move, but it never feels good, right? Having these items in your inventory.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, especially because we spoke before about how we liked the PAs being active before the Battle Fury. And not getting the Corrosion, not getting the Treads means that you can't really do that. He doesn't even have boots.
Yeah, he doesn't. He is not really an assassin right now, just a Phantom. But maybe with time, Timado will be able to recover here as we see Crystallis having a pretty good time. Already 700 got away ahead of the PA. Good rotation from Sumail, but with Primal Split available, do they have the burst damage? They get the Vortex with the stun, but he will be able to get that OT off. They're going to lift up the Storm, but Crystallis is the hero that can actually threaten the Brewlings. Not sure this is really the target, so Kasane, he will live, but has to run as they cancel Rubik's TP. Ari will be left for dead with the rest of TSM surviving. So, once again, Sumail getting another kill. Bryle very low, dying top.
Yeah, and this is why people pick Sven against Brewmaster. Just cleans him up completely. And now he's gonna be super careful in the bottom lane because he no longer has the ulti. At the same time, Bryle dies top to a Doom that's building Midas. It's looking very rough for TSM here, Bowie.
It really is 7-1, an iconic score if you're from South America. As Sumail, he wants to keep that high kill participation. With the relocate here, Whitemon trying to run away. I don't think there's any way out. Good stun. Lands on 2 as Puppey won't really be able to follow up. All right, actually waiting for the relocate to use the air spike.
Now a 4k gold lead. That is not insignificant.
Yeah, man, you know, as much as TSM relied on this Pangolier, not really Bryle's game, right? He died in lane, and none of his rotations really worked.
Bryle is closing in to hit for his Diffusal Blades. That could make a bit of a difference, but at the same time, it feels like Timado just needs so much to catch up to Crystallis. He's already 2k behind, and that doesn't sound like much, but that means that Sven is almost twice as farmed at this stage.
Yeah. The Warlock is not far away from the PA. This is how bad of a game we're watching here. Pretty interesting build with the Solar Crest. This is going to enable the spam quite a bit. Already has the move speed and attack speed from the IO. Solar Crest is going to increase that even more. But Bryle, farming these ancient camps, will pretty much finish the Diffusal Blade. This is a timing they have to use, I think. If Bryle doesn't find a couple of kills, I think Timado is just going to be hunted. As you said, no boots. He can't really move too fast. Yeah, they're going for him right now, by the way.
Yeah, and why not? He doesn't even have a point into Blur yet, so there is really no escape for Timado if they find him.
Yeah, Secret, they don't really dive that tier 2 so far. They're just going to control the big jungle as they get victory. Time for a rune. The lift will stop Sumail on his tracks as fight begins. Golden drop. Ari doesn't get the steal. Rolling Thunder. Sumail's out of mana. Can the relocate work? It does, but very close to the fight. Sumail's getting some mana regen back as they engage with FBZ. Big jump. They will find Whitemon. Sumail, unstoppable. Doom finds the Brewmaster. No split available. He's quite fast though. Should be able to just disengage. If they survive on TSM, this isn't that bad. Vortex stolen by Ari as he gets the lift onto 3, but the Scorched Earth still won't really matter. TSM, they only lose supports. Can they defend the tower though? Oh, swashbuckle.
A lot of damage
Yamich,
onto
TP
Yamich.
out.
Yeah, no chance. Hasted Bryle on the hunt. TSM, not dead yet.
Yeah, well, when you're saying not dead yet at 12 minutes, it's never never too good of a game. But Bryle seems like he's at least trying to get this tower by himself with Kasane. Yeah, they have vision. That cheeky ward showcasing exactly what's happening. Tier 1 tower will fall. I mean, not too bad for TSM. The PA is still very far behind the Sven, but let's check how she's doing. Okay, only 400 gold for the recipe.
He's getting closer, but even when he gets it, he's still gonna have to buy his treads. He needs his BKB, and then he needs a Deso before he can really fight.
Well, Sumail goes in, stolen. Ball lining from Ari, dodges the stun, nicely done. TSM poking nicely for now as Whitemon will quickly fall. No level 6, no way out. Rolling Thunder is going to be used to disengage. Bryle gets one boink and realizes they are out of gas. Oh, yamich
TSM
though.
is getting something done on this map, but it doesn't feel significant at all.
It definitely doesn't. When we look at FBZ with that Midas already very close to his BKB. I mean, at least the Brewmaster is going for a Midas as well. Somehow they can delay this on TSM. They're going to be scaling with both the PA and the Brew, but Whitemon being level 5 is so tough, right? They're lacking damage to really get those kills. The IO sustain and the fact that the cores on Secret are tanky makes all of those fights really hard for TSM to fully commit.
Yeah, for sure. Yamich doing
Kasane
some baiting here.
shows up, but the Tumbler's toy will be used. And look at Sumail. He is almost keeping up with farm with a Doom that has a Midas. That is how good of a game he's having.
Yeah, and he's going for such a Sumail build as well. Witchblade into the Orchid, just full aggression. Normally I don't like this build because most players can't make it work. They start building the Orchid, then they die 1 or 2 times, the enemy gets a BKB and then they suddenly don't have impact anymore. But I'm kind of feeling it this game because if you look at TSM, who's gonna have a Dispel for the Orchid anytime soon?
Yeah, definitely. They don't really... And a lot of their heroes get countered really hard by that silence. The Brewmaster, the Lion, everyone becomes food if they get silenced. No saves, no dispels. But TSM,
he buys a Kaya.
Here.
Yeah, just ignore me.
Oh, yamich. Ari will... Oh, okay. A little bit of an awkward engagement there as Bryle will just go through the portal.
Defending this tier 1, it's quite uncommon at 16 minutes.
Yeah. I guess they do have IO, so they feel like they could have the numbers advantage despite Only the Sven really being in position there. Let's see, a lot of TPs here. I'm not really sure what are the mind games that are being done, but no one really will fight. And this probably benefits Secret. You have this lineup that just outscales you, and this PA is still farming at a pretty slow rate, even though the battlefield is already up.
Yeah. Sven sees the Battle Fury and he's like, look what she needs for a fraction of my power with his building cleave and his IO providing some nice steroids.
Yeah, Sven is definitely juiced up. Not a natty, as they would say. Yamich here. Oh, Ari will lift Sumail up. Only steals the Remnant though, so this is not going to allow him out of this and godlike streak for Sumail. This is the Sumail we know and love, and he is having a hell of performance. With the Twin Gate TP, Kasane could also be in trouble. They know he's there because of that lane ward, and yeah, they will find him. Can he get the split off? He doesn't. He will fall. The Doom is there. Nice stun with the Hex. So he could potentially run away, but with Sumail showing up, this is another kill for the King. Beyond godlike. This is incredible performance from Sumail.
Yeah, and I really like IO's item decisions too. Like he went for the Soul Ring just to provide that little burst of mana.
Oh, you're right.
It's an old school build, but it works.
They did buff that item in the 734 patch, so maybe a little bit better for iOS to build. Also, the armor against PA doesn't hurt us. Timado walking forward there, unaware of a lot of secret heroes, but they actually don't want to fight right now. They don't have Doom or the God Strength.
Crystallis getting close to his BKB now. And at that point, it's going to be so hard for TSM to fight. It's gonna be a nice little kill.
Gets
pretty
found.
slow though.
They use the Diffusal Blade, Rolling Thunder. But they're going to disengage. At least one finger of death stack here. Lion gets his first one. All right,
Very
Whitemon.
nice.
Back in the game.
Sumail just
Sumail
walking
playing
around
up.
the enemy side of the map. No fear at all.
Yeah, has this ward. Wants to be playing around that vision. Okay, Puppey will get found with the feather towards the creep. Nice lift though. And TSM, they're going to chain that kill into another one. Double damage room for Bryle. What's the chance of TSM getting anything more though?
Anything could mean like farm, right?
Yeah,
In
I
that
guess.
case, pretty high chance.
Yeah, they will get farm. I was thinking of maybe a tower or Roshan, but they're not really farmed to that level yet. You know, it's going to go to the Radiant side, so this is probably the last time TSM could even consider that for a while.
Timado is going for a Deso first, and I don't mind this decision too much. If you look at the secret lineup, they actually don't have that many important spells to block with BKB. So getting more damage makes sense, because you have a good amount of disables. So if you can use those to maybe get a pick off here and there, that could be a way back into the game for TSM.
They definitely are lacking damage. Brewmaster, especially against Van, like you barely are able to do anything, as they will find Bryle. Stolen Tether buying time. Stolen Doom now gets stolen, but I don't think it even got used, as two heroes from TSM will melt, and this Brewmaster forced to run away for his life. Kasane will live, but oof. Yeah, I mean, when Secret is together, it's so tough for TSM to really stand a chance.
Yeah, and they did this in previous games as well, but they still tried to go for this fights, despite Timado just not being there and not having any intention to join.
Yeah.
I
mean, what it does
like
is...
decisions.
Oh, look at that. They actually... That lane ward, once again, showcasing where Timado is. They get confirmation that the creep's dying. Nice blink. Oh, dude. The new blur is so crazy. Like, how doesn't he get revealed? At the same time, they will find a Lion. Timado trying to go for the kill. Sumail doesn't have a lot of mana. Will zip a little bit far away.
Oh.
Holy moly. That is 1,000 gold going the way of Timado.
Yeah, that's a nice little influx of gold. For
Pretty
sure.
sure the Desolator is paying off right now.
Yep. That's 2 stacks secured. And a juicy 2k gold to spare.
Timado the Kingslayer, and well, I thought Roshan wasn't a possibility, but with the death, so with that kill, look at that, TSM, they will try and get Roshan. They do it quite fast because of the Pangolier, and I don't think Secret can stop this. We're seeing a lot of comebacks in this tournament, dude, and I'm all for it. It's crazy how good of a grasp Secret seem to have in this game, and with this one kill, TSM are gonna get a lot back.
Timado is such a scary carry. You give him an inch, he takes a mile. Looking at the net worth, he's still behind a little bit, but it feels like he's starting to get online here. The gold lead isn't increasing for Secret, which means that it's kind of decreasing.
Yeah, I mean, percent-wise, it is getting better. TSM, they did get some levels. The Lion now feeling a bit more impactful against the Storm, but despite all that, it is Secret that smokes, and they will find a Brewmaster. The silence prevents Kasane from doing anything. So, Secret, they really don't want to let out of the control that they have.
They can definitely still kill the PA, because she doesn't have a BKB and isn't planning to get one anytime soon. Which means that
going for the eggs. I mean, the
really
eggs allows you
relevant.
to farm undetected, but the dispel doesn't work against the silence, right? If somehow they get the jump, he's dead.
And even the Aegis doesn't really do that much, I feel like. So Timado needs to be very careful, but so far so good. Now overtaken the Storm. TSM fans can still rest easily, knowing that they're not out of the game just yet.
As Jenkins said, the boys in blue are still alive. They're kicking. So if you look at these Aegis here for TSM, this is pretty much a farming Aegis. They want to get Timado as much farm as possible and just, I guess, do you think they have the late game for TSM? Is it enough for them to delay and get farm on everyone else?
Well, I'm not sure if they have the late game, but they definitely didn't have the early game, so this is all they have left.
True. That's definitely right. Forcing things now. Definitely it's not the idea. As look at that, there's a double damage scouted. Oh, Whitemon. He also knew about it, but couldn't deny it. Crystallis will pick it up, and the eggs on PA is now do you think TSM will even try to use these Aegis for a fight, or they really have no business trying to take Secret on?
I don't think they're actively gonna be searching for a fight, but if they run into a good one, sure. But I wouldn't expect any 5-man grouping from TSM just yet. They're not that confident.
Okay. So BKB up for Crystallis. He's going for that MKB to try and get some damage on Timado. If we look on Secret, they are the ones smoking despite the Aegis. Not sure if kill is what they want or if they want to just get some vision around the map. But they are all going towards that top side, and they will find Bryle if they keep searching.
Would be a nice kill to find.
Oh,
He's
PA,
broken by
Timado. Oh my god, they get the Hex, the Blink Strike out. Timado doesn't want to fight. At least so far, Bryle will use the Rolling Thunder, and they're going to use a relocate towards a pretty close part of that fight. Nothing happening. They're going to lift the Sven, and with the Doom used on Bryle, they're going to try and disengage. Rubik will fall, and this is too dead for TSM. They still have the Aegis for a minute. Can they re-engage? They're going to lift this Sven up. Once again, God's Strength pretty much wasted as they find Timado another Blink Strike away. They are actually taking Secret in a pretty good position, but no buybacks. TSM, they're not willing to really take Crystallis, but now the God's Strength over. Can Timado re-engage?
This is the problem with no BKB. He just can't really jump in that easily. He's still gonna try though. 40 seconds left on the Aegis. Can he find someone here?
Yeah,
Yamich,
Yamich would be
run!
the ideal one. It's nighttime. He gets no vision, gets jump, gets vortex, has that life as Bryle will come back, and the first life is given away. Secret, do you really want to take this fight? No god strength, but Whitemon will be found. Okay, he's invis, but he have detection. Crystallis will get that kill, and even though TSM thought that kiting those cooldowns would be enough, they just don't find an opening.
Yeah, and they didn't have Primal Split and they didn't have Rolling Thunder. So they just don't have the control for Timado to dish out the damage right now. And they paid the price.
Yeah, that's really the problem. BKB also not being up, as you said. Timado struggling to really commit. And he's going for BKB is just not in his plans here. Just going for that ultimate, very greedy build-up, which can work if they are able to drag this game. He can get a rapier later down the line. But right now, like the conditions that he needs to join a fight are so limited.
Yeah. And he got the 2 Deso stacks from Sumail like 10 minutes ago, and he hasn't found any other ones since.
Yeah, that is true. Sumail, only 1 death, 13 kills out of the 19. Definitely looking super solid, but no, this is TSM, a TSM that is looking very good in this tournament. This is not going to be an easy fight, despite this great performance from Sumail. Kasane going for a Lotus Orb. This is definitely the solution. That's probably why Timado is not going for that BKB as well, relying on that Lotus Orb to deal with the silence of Secret.
What worries me a little bit for TSM is that they kind of have just one source of real damage. If he gets doomed, could be trouble for TSM.
Bryle blinks out. They have a ward. They get a good stun. Crystallis blinks forward. But it's a lot of poking, not a lot of committing here. Overall, though, ever since they got that Aegis, TSM, they're definitely, like, I guess the gold advantage increased. But it looks way less grim than in the first 10 to 15 minutes. I think they at least have some solutions in the future, whereas when the game started, it felt like this could have been a 20-minute game if things kept going Secret's way.
Yeah, TSM has done a really bang-on job stabilizing this game. Pongo has decent farm, PA has decent farm. Brew is lagging behind a little bit, but he also doesn't need that much more than what he has.
Yeah, it's tough against Van. I think like in that last fight, Kasane did such a good job. Just lifting the Sven twice is almost impossible for a Brewmaster that is this underfarmed. It was really impressive that he was able to do that. Pretty much taking Crystallis totally from the fight. He's a big part of Secret's damage. OFBZ looking for the PA, goes for the BKB. Actually, Blur was used. Can they cancel this stolen Scorched Earth? So they don't have a way to save the PA besides
Nice
the Telekinesis Shard. They will keep Timado alive for now. Oh, this was a bait. The supports were on. And yeah, they're gonna lose the Rubik, but this is still big. They forced a cooldown. If somehow TSM can take a decent fight, they know Doom is not ready.
And it looked like Timado did change his mind for a moment. He queued up the BKB and then bought the Lincoln's recipe.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, Doom is definitely a big problem for him. And I don't think Doom has an active to cancel the Lincolns, right? I guess he went Octarine BKB. So that is not really something he has. I guess he could probably get a creep with... yeah, he's going Refresher and Shivas as well, so won't really have... By himself, breaking the Lincolns means that he needs to give away stun as Roche spawns bottom. And a very important one with the cheese as well. Do you think TSM contests this?
I think if they know it's going on, they will have to try. Because they have pretty decent Roche contest with the Pongo, the Brew. Even the PA Blur is a very nice tool for dealing with Roche. Because I don't think you want to deal with 2 Sumails. One of them is plenty.
Alright. Let's see if TSM is going to be able to do anything about this. The MKB is now up for Crystallis, so another thing to worry about. Despite all that evasion, Sven, with the help of the IO, they definitely have enough DPS to handle you.
Guess what Timado has in his quick buy?
Yeah, I saw the rapier. I didn't mention it, but still needs a lot of kills to get there. He's 4,000 gold short of that rapier's secret. Actually, really good formation around the twin gates. Timado is gonna go through, and he will find the bane of his existence. Actually blinks out, has that Lotus Orb, so the Doom gets used onto Bryle. They will get that kill, and he dies. Has buyback to the Rubik, also that TSM. You are bleeding kills, and you cannot afford those. The King moves forward, looking for the Brewlings, the relocate as well. Kasane, he will live, but TSM, you have to give away that Aegis.
Yeah, so they didn't kill Timado, but you can just tell that he doesn't have any opportunity to right-click in these fights. He just has to run away from the moment the fight starts.
Yeah, I mean, that's still kind of the best case scenario, right? He's the one that breaks the smoke, lives, doesn't get doomed, but I guess TSM, they were all clumped up, so the damage of this Sven just chews through all of those supports.
Yeah, it was a really nice golem as well. Just stunning the entire backline. Ooh, Timado says hello to Crystallis. Doesn't want to fight, even if there is no gold strength.
Well, he is now 3,000 gold short of that rapier. In terms of high ground siege, Secret's not too bad. So with the second Aegis, I'm assuming they're going to be able to start dealing with those tier 2 towers, possibly even threatening high ground. Or do you feel like this is a third Aegis type of game for Secret?
I feel like they definitely want to utilize this one, because this game is going to get exponentially harder once you have a rapier PA defending the high ground. Just with the triple daggers, it's so hard to push into.
It really is. Like, once you're 25, it feels like every triple dagger... I think I was testing this in a lobby. Like, you have 90% chance of 1 crit and a pretty high chance of getting 2 crits with just throwing those daggers. It's really annoying. They have a lot of sustain with the IO, the armor of this man, but still, it definitely gets harder for the PA, as we do see Secret going for the Tormentor. They lack the Doom and the Warlock shards, and who will get it? Oh, okay, Storm as well.
That feels unfair.
Well, he's the king, so probably deserves it.
I still don't know the logic behind it. It feels so random.
Oh, FBC
Brew now in trouble.
Going for the Brewmaster here. They will take that kill. Okay, finally it's Timado joining in. He gets 1 kill. Will Blink strike away. That kill gives him the reset of spells he needed. Sumail, very low on mana as Bryle with the Rolling Thunder. They're going to throw Timado up to the high ground, allowing him to blink towards Bryle. Nice stun from Crystallis, but they don't really have a way to reveal this invis. And with the blur, Timado should be fine. I'm honestly surprised that they lived with those 2 cores.
So just a single buyback on Secret, right? For 2 kills in TSM. Slightly favoring Secret, but no huge deal either way. In fact, it's just a 800 gold difference for a buyback. You could arguably say that that favors TSM slightly, despite the gold differential. Just not having that buyback anymore.
Yeah, especially IO, the global capabilities there. You might need that in a future fight, maybe once the Aegis is down, once Sumail doesn't have those 2 lives. But, you know, at least this gives a little bit of confidence here for TSM. Finally, Timado was able to get that second charge. It's been maybe 20 minutes since he had the first one. No, I think it's less, because at 15 minutes, he didn't even have Barrier Fury.
So Rapier, just 1,000 gold away now and just 1 more level for 25. Like, we cannot understate how much of a difference this is gonna make. I mean, we cannot overstate it. I'm sure we can understate it.
Gets easier for this PA. At the end of the day, still 2 tier 2 towers up for TSM. I want to know what Gaben thinks of this game. Do they give like maybe 20% chance for TSM? That's generous, but I can see him. Yeah, 18.
Okay, spot on with the prediction.
Thanks. I'm not an AI, but I know my way around Gaben. He loves PA, and there's a Brewmaster in this game as well, so you can definitely count on him defending those heroes.
And Crystallis is approaching 6-slotted territory too. So at some point the gold is going to stop mattering for a lot of these secret heroes.
Yeah. Even the Doom, right? When you check his items. Oh, did go for that X, by the way.
Timado.
Oh! He blinks the other way! Oh my god, that blur is so powerful. When FBZ Whitemon will TP, he just TPs out! Low.
Still, every time someone TPs away from Doom, I get so confused. It's gonna take a while.
Well, bottom side, they will at least get Ari as a consolation prize, but yeah, this Aghanim Scepter, as much as maybe we would like to criticize the lack of BKB, I think there's at least 2 or 3 times Timado was gonna die where the blur kind of saved him, just having it up at every second of the game.
Oh, for sure. Timado making it look even stronger than it is. And it is very strong to begin with.
Yeah.
Ooh, he has rapier money. Timado, do it!
He's definitely trying his hardest here. After losing to that Phantom Assassin, I think he definitely wants to utilize, he wants to pay with blood what was taken from him. And it's slowly looking better for TSM, but the gold advantage is definitely a problem. When you look at the farm distribution, especially the supports, poor Whitemon, 5,000 gold at almost 40 minutes.
And all FBC is doing is just sitting next to creeps, hoping that one of them suddenly gets one shot and he gets to jump the PA.
And, I mean, also can't overstate the fact that he's gonna get 25. Do you think this is a game where you get the break talent on Doom rather than the mute?
Ooh. Nah, probably not.
Probably not.
'Cause the mute is just such a big deal. I mean, the break against PA would be wonderful, but I would rather play against a PA that still has her passives, but can't use BKB.
Okay. I mean, he's not going BKB though. That's the thing.
I mean, eventually, he's gonna have to. If you have a rapier, you don't want to lose because you get vortexed.
Well, okay. I'm gonna take your word for it, but I know the scary players. Okay, he does queue up the BKB, and Rapier did get purchased with Roshan getting closer and closer here. We are about to either watch something amazing or possibly an underwhelming fight if Timado gets picked off. This is probably one of the first times where TSM has a chance to convincingly win a fight. Some good crits could even take away Sumail. It's unfair when PA is disarmed.
Oh, for sure. And Bryle can provide enough control in these fights. He just needs to get a good roll off. I'm not sure if Secret has seen this rapier just yet, because just clicking PA is already difficult.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have not. They are all gonna go towards the top side. TSM, they might get lucky with a super fast respawn timer, but even if they do, Secret, they're already smoked up. Not towards Roshan, though. Let's see. Can TSM get lucky? Will Gaben? Nah, that's a 1 minute 40 Roshan.
Aegis on PA would be pretty nice, but he's still gonna be vulnerable, even with 2 lives. If his team is dead and he gets caught, he's just gonna die twice regardless.
Yeah. That is for sure.
FPC just sticking close to creeps again.
One day I'll get her. Oh, look at that. The Hex onto Crystallis. The first dagger is not a crit as Sumail jumps for the Lion with the Lotus Orb. Actually, we'll be saved by the Ruby. They're going to lift up Crystallis. And Timado just waiting. He wants to throw those daggers. He wants to delay the fight. But TSM using the split is a big commitment. God's Strength you can use though. So would you say this is a fair trade between the two teams?
Oh, for sure. You care way more about God Strength than the split this game. Because it's the only like quick way they can kill the PA.
Alright. They're gonna be camping this ward here, Secret. They know Roche could be up, so despite God Strength being on cooldown, they might be forced to at least posture, to at least scare TSM. 20 seconds. How much time for God Strength to be back up? Did he go for the talent?
It's 35 more seconds or so.
35. Lotus Orb Sumail just poking, trying to understand, to get vision of what's happening. Dagger will find Doom. Rolling Thunder from Bryle, locking them in place. Okay, BKB is going to be activated. Another dagger, not a crit. Timado, you just don't have the same RNG. As this is happening, Roshan's going to spawn, and they will try to brute force this. How much time for God's Strength? Secret still feeling a bit scared. Those crits are moving fast. Roshan's gonna fall. TSM, the jump from the king. Where's the Aegis? It's FBZ that picks it up. This is not right. Timado, he gets saved. He's gonna be out of the Doom. But they could TP. No, Timado will live. Holy crap, that was close. But still, they were an inch from getting Roshan. And they will be denied. Everyone from TSM running away. And I do think Kasane will fall. Lion should be fine, though.
Wait, did only a single hero die there? Or did I miss some buybacks? No, just a single hero. Unbelievable.
It was a really good save from Rubik. That's the only way that not only Timado lived, but how he dealt with the Doom, the X-Doom. But, I mean, dude, a half a second less, if Sumail doesn't jump, they would be able to get the Aegis. So unfortunate here for TSM. Another fight starting. They're going to get a good hex onto Sumail. Whitemon with the Glimmercade trying to get out. FPZ will find him. Another save on Timado, but they will lose Bryle. They have no buybacks. Despite a really good show of resilience from TSM, the dominoes are falling. The castle cannot keep itself up.
Yeah, these daggers are so underwhelming. When you just hit a single one, I believe they cannot crit because your ulti is not gonna pop. So he needs the triple daggers to do any damage. He's finally getting some,
he gets one on the eye of Sumail, finally finds Timado, good Lotus Orb. They will disengage. They understand that the daggers could become a problem if he gets to spam them. So Sumail is just scaring Timado away. They will use the God Strength. Tier 4s are falling. They got buyback money for Bryle, so they're gonna try and fight with the Bruise Split. They lift that Sven. They want to make sure that the God Strength duration is over. If they can take a fight after that, this could be ideal. Secret, they only get one lane of barracks. It's 40k gold of advantage for them, but they have to respect the power of the Phantom Assassin. Oh, Whitemon gets a hex.
Yes, Aegis on FPZ.
Oh, he blinks forward here, FPZ. Tries to go for the Doom, gets cancelled. Finally, casts on himself, and Whitemon will be the first casualty. Still has a buyback. Bryle was able to hold on his own. So TSM still has a couple of cards under their sleeves.
And I feel like Timado is just dealing no damage, even with this rapier, and a lot of it is actually thanks to the Warcry shard on Sven. So everyone just has so much armor compared to the game we had yesterday with the daggers that were amplified by a Desolator and a Stygian Desolator.
Yeah, that was a 60-minute game, so definitely more items available. As they get a good Rolling Thunder, they find Sumail, but he's amplified. He's protected by Puppey. Pretty interesting relocate here on the left side of the fight, but nothing really will come out of it, just the Rolling Thunder being used. Can we check Doom? I don't know what the right talent is, if it's the break or the...
He has the mute.
Okay, so you were right. He did get the mute. Oh, they're gonna try and go for him, FBZ. Doom still on cooldown. Lotus Orb allowing Timado to run away, force to BKB. Could Blink Strike out, and he will. So BKB just defensive for Timado as he TPs out. They kill Whitemon. Quick buyback, but nothing else happening.
So that is BKB down now for PA.
Sumail goes in with the eggs, finds Bryle. He will be stunned. He will be saved by Ari. Can he get out? The Glimmer Cape's not enough. Still holding on his buyback as they also find Kasane in him. He doesn't have a buyback. Tier 4s are being taken. Sumail, he's done with his game. He wants to go to the pool. He wants to enjoy the winner's bracket. And so far, it feels like Secret will get it. Bryle tried to get out. They're going to get Whitemon as well. The PA blinking to the right side, but now finally gets doomed, gets muted, and there won't be a way out here. TSM, 55k gold lead is what Secret needed. They will get these tiebreakers.
Damn.
That was
That was a little bit
harder
anticlimactic.
Yeah,